Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're about ready to get started for our press conference. My name is Tom Whitestone. I'm the Associate Athletic Director for the Charlotte 49ers. And on behalf of the university and the 49ers Athletic Department, I'd like to welcome you to today's press conference to introduce our new head men's basketball coach. As a matter of business, could I please ask that you turn your cell phones to silent, please? And once we have completed comments from our athletic director and our new head coach, we will be taking questions from our media members, so we will have a Q&A at the end. But with that said, to begin our press conference, let me introduce the Charlotte 49ers Director of Athletics, Mike Hill.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. It's a great day to be a 49er. Every day is a great day to be a 49er, right? Thanks to everyone for being here today. I like this room. I always get good vibes in here. Good things happen when we're congregated in this room. So, again, thank you for being here. You know, when we set out to hire a men's basketball coach, it was clear that we were going to be in competition with a lot of other schools. That time was really of the essence. And so, as John Wooden once said, you know, be quick, but don't be in a hurry. And we knew that we had to move in an expeditious fashion and in a way that obviously was smart but efficient. And that would have never, ever happened without the support of so many people on this campus. But certainly starting with our Chancellor, Chancellor Dubois, who just got back from a trip and was just incredible in working with me and our team to expedite the process because, you know, the sort of standard procedure is wait, or not wait, but to be judicious and then move forward maybe into the final 4 week before you start talking to coaches. And when he and I talked through the process, we realized that, you know, we couldn't really afford to do that. And so I credit him for having the foresight and the belief in expediting this process, and I thank you for that, Phil. Also, members of the cabinet who were involved in this, you know, and it took several people to move this thing along in a fashion that would allow us to secure the head coach that we wanted. And so I'm grateful to members of the cabinet who were involved and also to members of our administrative team and our senior staff who were involved in the process. To all my colleagues and friends who work behind the scenes to help make this happen, you know who you are. And I want to thank all of you for that because it took a network of people to help us arrive at the decision that we did, and I thank you for that. So without everyone's commitment to execute an efficient and timely search, we would not be sitting here today introducing our new head coach. And I think it says a lot about this place. It shows that we can mobilize and we can make things happen at this wonderful institution. It's an awesome team, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. So when we set out to hire a coach, I had a lot of people ask me, you know, what are you looking for? You want an assistant coach, an up-and-comer? Are you looking for a head coach? You know, what does this person look like? And I said, yeah, I'm not sure that we know, you know, what position they currently hold. But I know what criteria are going to matter the most. Number one is going to be integrity, flat out. Integrity and high character, unequivocal in that being the number one priority in hiring a coach. In the environment that we're in today in the sport of college basketball, it's even more so important. But in terms of what we're looking for here at Charlotte, I felt that was a key factor. Secondly, someone who is an authentic communicator and a teacher. Okay, so someone who can relate to people, because if they can do that, it means that they're going to not only be successful teaching on the court and relating to our fan base and to our staff, but also is able to recruit, of course. So we wanted to find someone who could communicate well. Cultural fit, both for this institution and for me. Somebody who I knew that I could work with and that we could work with together as a team and an institution. Someone who's clearly an excellent recruiter, someone who has the experience and the track record to show that they've been able to bring in top-level talent, but also to assess talent and realize if someone is a quote-unquote diamond in the rough. And then someone who's had proven success in building a program. Someone who has gone in and not just inherited a great situation and maintained it, but had to roll up their sleeves and really get to work and get dirty in the business of building something from the bottom up. So I had a chance to meet Ron Sanchez several years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, at a basketball conference called Villa 7. And Villa 7 is a really, really special conference that brings together the best college basketball coaches in the country, the up-and-comers, the rising stars, who are assistants looking for that next step. And I happened to be at a conference several years ago, and I met Ron. We had a brief encounter, visited for 5 or 10 minutes, and I remember walking away being super impressed by him. And it's funny, as I was clearing out my office at Florida a few weeks ago, I found my notes from Villa 7. And I opened up the notes, and it happened to be from the year that I met Ron Sanchez. And his was the name out of all the names that I'd starred and circled. So I thought, okay, we're on to something here. But it wasn't just those notes from a 10-minute meeting, right? It had to be more than that. And so as I began speaking with multiple people across the college basketball world, Ron's name kept coming up over and over and over again. And it was obvious that the consistent message was this: impeccable character, impeccable reputation. He's humble. He's an outstanding coach, tremendous recruiter, and an identifier of talent, okay, across the board. I found people who knew him well who said that, and then I found other people who didn't know him as well, but they knew Ron's reputation. And I tried really hard to find something to say bad about you, Ron, but nobody would. Nobody would. It's just I've yet to find that person to say, an ill word about Ron Sanchez. So, 12 years by Tony Bennett's side. This is a guy who went to Washington State with Coach Bennett and took Washington State to the Sweet 16 after that program was near the bottom of at the time, the Pac-10. And then leaves, and they go to Virginia, and everybody thinks of Virginia where they are now, but you need to understand where Virginia was when they arrived, and Virginia was not where they are now. And they built that program, again, from the basement of maybe the toughest league in college basketball to a program that's won 29 games for the last 5 years, won 31 games this year, okay, number 1 seed 3 of the last 4 years. You can go on and on and on. 3 ACC titles, 2 ACC tournament titles. It's incredible, the track record. So you talk about finding someone who is a builder of programs. This is a man who knows how to get it done. He's worked side by side with a National Coach of the Year, and he's been a part of a program or part of programs that are about the right things. He's humble, he's smart, he connects with people, he's a winner. I'm so excited to have him and his family. I want to welcome Tara and Raylan and Rose to our family, and now introduce to you our brand new head basketball coach. Please welcome Ron Sanchez.
If anybody wants to know something bad about me, my wife is right here. The list is extensive, trust me. First of all, I want to thank Mike, Chancellor DuBois, for giving me this opportunity. This is a dream come true for me, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. This is just genuinely just a blessing for me. I believe in the vision that they have, and I'm excited to lock arms with them and move forward here as we make this a reality. So thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Secondly, I want to thank Mark Price and his staff. They work really hard here. They committed to the student athletes that were here and to this university, and I just want to thank them for the pieces that they left behind for me to work with. Thirdly, I want to thank Mike Davis at the University of Indiana, Tony Bennett, and Dick Bennett. Without them, I would not be here. They poured into my life professionally, but more importantly, they poured into my life personally. And without them, I would not be the coach or the person, the dad or the husband that I am today. Last, I want to thank my wife. I told her I wouldn't do this. Add it to the list. What can I say? Anybody who's had a team and a coach knows that you can't get anywhere without the support of your spouse. My children are amazing. It's hard to be a good recruiter and a coach unless you're absent from your home. And that's the truth. So I thank them for allowing me to do this and not be the person at home that I needed to be. I want to say thank you to the Niner Nation for welcoming me the way that you guys have. I woke up excited this morning. The messages that I've received from the people that I've reached out to, whether it was Twitter or a text message or a phone call, I'm excited. I'm excited to work for you. I'm excited to be here, and I'm going to give you everything I have. That's all I can promise you at this point. I'm excited to recruit the state of North Carolina. You know, we've had success at Virginia there. I'm excited to get into it and, recruit the state, but also recruit the city of Charlotte. We've had success with individuals like Anthony Gill, Akil Mitchell, guys that went to Charlotte Christian that were instrumental in us building the program at Virginia. So I'm genuinely excited to spend some time here and recruit this state. I feel that with the students, the Niner Nation, we can make Holton Arena a special place. So I encourage you to lock arms with us, with this team, okay, and commit with us to making this one of the best arenas to compete with, in this conference. I want to thank those athletes that are sitting over there. The way that they welcomed me filled my heart with joy. We had our first practice yesterday, and I left feeling excited and injected with more passion than I came here with. I'm excited to work with all of you. So I thank you for the way that you welcome me into this family. I'm excited to serve this university. I'm excited to serve the student athletes, and I'm excited to serve this city. I'm here for you, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thanks, Coach. And now we will open it up to questions from our media members. We'll be joined by Mike Hill as well and Ron. So if you have questions for either Ron or Mike, please wait for the microphone, identify yourself and your affiliation, and then we can get started.
Ron David Scott from the Charlotte Observer. What specifically about this job attracted you, given kind of the rough times that's been going on around here the last couple of years and where they are right now?
When I sat and I met with Mike and Chancellor Dubois, to be honest, they were very clear as to where this program is. They understand the challenges ahead. As Mike mentioned before, I've been fortunate to witness the building of several programs, and I know that this is going to be a rough challenge coming. I do, and I'm prepared for it. I'm willing to embrace it. This isn't sprinkle some magic dust and it's going to turn. And when they were able to articulate that to me, I believe them. I was excited about it, and what they want to build here is something that I'm genuinely enthusiastic about.
Is there any one thing that you feel you should be attacking first?
No, there isn't. My first order of business, and the announcement came on Monday last week. My first order of business was to come down and meet with this team. I want to make sure that they're okay. They didn't sign up to have 3 coaches in 3 years. That is not something that any athlete signs up for. So my first order of business was to make sure that they were okay emotionally and that they knew and met the person that was going to be in front of them. And once we were able to establish that, then I felt more comfortable.
Hey, Coach. Chuck Howard, Fox 46. Welcome to town. To dovetail a little bit off of David's question, you guys had a great thing going at Virginia. Mm-hmm. You were considered by many to be one, if not the top assistant in the country. Why? Could you talk about the timing? Why was the timing right now for you?
Okay. First of all, I'll tell you this. It's really hard not to take praise when it's about you. I came from a program, and our assistant coaches, Jason, Brad, Richard McKay, who was there before, we locked arms together. We built that together. The reputation that I've received, I wouldn't have it without those guys. For me, I didn't come visit, the campus. I didn't come visit the arena. I didn't need to look at the facilities. I believed in these two gentlemen that are standing here. And that was the reason why. I was very comfortable at Virginia. I think Tony is one of the best coaches in the country. I could have been next to him for the next 20 years and been just fine. I decided to get uncomfortable with this situation, specifically because of the leadership that's here.
Kathleen Cook, Niner Times. What would your overall vision for this program be?
You know, right now, I don't have a single quantitative goal for this team. It's all going to be qualitative. You know, I learned that from Tony's father, Dick, a long time ago. For us right now, it's just quality. Simple things. You know, can we win tomorrow's workout, tomorrow's practice? It's all about being, you know, where your feet are at the moment. I'm not looking too far ahead. This is going to be us getting together, trying to figure out, you know, the reasons why the team didn't have success and attacking those reasons. You know, we're going to try to eliminate losing, in essence. You know, whatever those details are will be, you know, revealed to us here as we start our workouts. But as far as anything further than that, I can't give you anything more than that.
Coach, Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer. So you're kind of an expert program builder. You've been part of a couple of major turnarounds. What is realistic in today's college basketball environment as to how long that really takes?
You can't put a timetable on that. Unfortunately, you can't. If I told you or I gave you one, I would be lying to you and I would be lying to everyone in here. You know, right now, as I previously stated, the only thing that we can do is focus on tomorrow. You know, we can have goals for, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and those goals have to be pushed aside. You know, we have to be in the moment. And what are we going to do today to accomplish whatever, you know, is going to be ahead of us? But there's some rough waters coming, yeah, and I understand that. I think this team understands that. And it's my responsibility to make sure that they understand what they're getting into. This isn't going to be a smooth ride. We're going to go through some troubled times. And, you know, the fact that we can hopefully be united as a unit and serve each other, I think will give us an opportunity to navigate those times that are coming.
Ron in the back, Nick Carboni, NBC Charlotte. Obviously at Virginia, you guys became known for playing a very distinct and unique brand of basketball, especially defensively. I would assume that's the imprint you want to make with this program, and how difficult is that to kind of implement, or how long may it take to implement that to where that's what the 49ers are known for?
Well, change is hard for all of us. You know, change is hard for anybody. I know that the staff that was here also emphasized certain things, and I'm hoping to build on what they started. Nothing happens overnight. You know, the commitment and the buy-in by the players, and it's my responsibility to make sure that I articulate to them why those things are important. And if they can understand that, I think they'll be able to buy into it. I think Mike hired me to bring what Virginia had. I will be doing him and the chancellor a disservice if I don't provide that. You know, if they wanted something else, they would have gone to a different school and they would have brought someone else in here.
Hey, Kathleen Cook, Niner Times again. What's the state of the rest of your coaching staff? Have you decided whether you're going to retain the guys already here or bring in new people?
I will have a staff that will be named soon, but at this point, we're not ready to make any final decisions on that.
Coach, what's the importance symbolically of making the NCAA tournament again, which this program hadn't experienced since 2005, I think?
Well, I mean, this program has had success. There's something here. You know, we are going to try to somehow connect the past to the present, you know, and I'm going to lean on individuals that were here that had success. That's my first kind of order of business. There's a reason why this was good. And if I have that resource nearby, I'm going to tap into it. I want to talk to those individuals. I've, to be honest, already started making phone calls to specific people to inform me as to the reasons why the program was successful. The NCAA tournament is the reason why we show up to practice every day. You know, if I can provide that experience for these young men, then you know, we'll all be happy and thrilled. But for me, It's genuinely about them and their experience. I think every athlete deserves an opportunity to experience that.
Have you talked to the recruits again since last week? And whatever the answer is, what's a realistic time frame on getting decisions from those 3 kids?
Let me see, compliance. Where's compliance? I don't know. I mean, they pulled out. So you tell me if I can answer that question. Come on, man. That's the last time I call you for an answer. No, I'm kidding. I reached out to obviously to the athletes that are signed, and we've had dialogue, and we're kind of getting to know each other. You can't speed date a relationship with a coach who's recruited you. Starting anew. I've been talking to those young men for 7 days today. So we are getting to know each other, and time will tell where it goes.
Do we have any other questions? Seeing none, and we appreciate everyone's attendance at today's press conference, and hope you hang out a little bit and meet and greet.